Today we're going to be checking out the Fender Squier Hello Kitty 50th Anniversary Stratocaster. So Fender has been doing this tie-in Stratocaster Squier with Hello Kitty since like the mid-2000s, and they've become kind of like a cult classic, like cult hit, especially amongst metal guys for obvious reasons. It's pink, has a little cute Sanrio character on it, then you chug metal on it, right? Which is exactly why I wanted it. You know, a buddy of mine has one of the old ones. I just thought it'd be fun to kind of pick up for a laugh, and I was actually really surprised when I snagged it how good it plays and is like just, it's super well made. So like just to start with, this had an incredible fret job. Everything was to a high polish. Everything was, you know, rounded and crowned absolutely perfect. There wasn't a sharp or uncomfortable fret on it. I've had guitars way over this price that haven't had a fret job this good, so they really nailed that. Now, even though the neck does have a poly finish on the back, you know, a lot of people don't like that to be fast and shreddy. They prefer it, you know, a matte or raw wood finish. It still plays plenty fast. It is a C contour, which is probably my favorite contour. Fits my hand nice. Now, it's not like super thin shreddy, but it's also not like baseball bat size. It's kind of medium sized, and I do have bigger hands, so yeah, it feels pretty comfortable to me. It's a fixed bridge, and the Fender fixed bridge is not too far off from my favorite bridge, which is a hip shot bridge. So that was plenty comfortable. And then, of course, it's got a humbucker instead of single coils, which I prefer, and it's the bridge pickup, so all the better to just go chuggy with. So some of the features of this thing, as you can see, perfect bubblegum kind of pink color. And they actually matched on the headstock this time, which they haven't in the past. I think that looks way better. It's also got the, you know, cute little Hello Kitty at the top as well. It's got Hello Kitty written across the back. Like I said, it's a single pickup. Now, this is the one part of the guitar I don't like. The pickup, for me, is not good. It's very low output. It's very weak, but it has just a ton of sharp top end. It's almost kind of twangy and like jangly, like a single coil. Like somehow they made a humbucker sound super close to a single coil. And like so much kind of top end, it almost kind of gets fuzzy-ish on the top end when you hit it with distortion and it wants to kind of break out unpleasantly. Like you get a lot of kind of nasty stringy pick attack. So I will definitely be swapping this out. I actually already bought in white a bare knuckle Holy Diver, which I've wanted to try out for a long time, and I figured this would be the guitar to do it. Who doesn't want to, play some 80s metal on a pink Strat, right? The body is made out of okame, which is very close to mahogany in terms of like a body wood. It's not super heavy, but it's not super light either. This thing is about 8 pounds almost. It's probably like 7 3/4, very close to 8 pounds. Super well balanced, so it's not light, but it's not too heavy. Now that neck I was talking about, having that C shape, it is a 25.5-inch scale length, a big piece of maple, and it does have a 9.5-inch radius. So it's not like super modern flat, but it's also not super like round old school vintage. Feels super good to play. It has these awesome red inlays on it too, the kind of Hello Kitty red like her bow, and I think they look awesome on the maple. And then it's got some vintage tuners on it. And I was a little wary about these. I was worried, is this going to be stable? Yeah, it turns out super stable. This thing stays in tune fabulously well through just, absolutely abusing it with some death metal and some black metal. It totally stayed in tune. And it's just rock solid. The thing is made fantastic. The setup even came super good. The only thing that needed to be adjusted was the neck was a little straight. So I adjusted that slightly, just ever so slightly, and then it was perfect. The intonation was spot on. The string heights were great. Everything about it just came super good. And I have to stress again, the fret job on this thing was fantastic. Now this thing does come with a deluxe gig bag, and I was surprised at how good that was too. It has the embroidered font on it. It's decently thick padding, and it even has a neck support with like a Velcro thing to keep it stable in there. I was expecting some cheap gig bag with it, especially at this cost, and what I got was a fantastic gig bag, like an absolutely fantastic gig bag. Now, of course, they did the fuzz with this as well. I actually have the fuzz. I did buy the fuzz, and this will definitely be on the channel at some point in the near future, but I wanted to demo the guitar first. There was also strap, cable. I do like the cable. I was tempted by the cable. There's a t-shirt that's pretty cool it's the same color pink with Hello Kitty playing it. There was also some exclusive stuff on the Fender website. There was like a cream white version of the guitar, which I think actually might still be in stock. And I think that's because who wants the white version when you could have the pink version? There was that same color of the fuzz as well that's definitely sold out. And then there was a Japan exclusive of this too that was a little bit different of a Strat. It's kind of disappointing to me that they actually went with the old school Strat style for the Japanese exclusive. Because it's a made in Japan guitar. I think the bow on the 12th fret's super cool looking. I love the darker fretboard and the whole vibe of it, but it wouldn't be for me because it's a blues lawyer guitar, and like it's just got the Strat 3-coil single coil pickups. It doesn't have a humbucker in it, so bummer there. But I'm sure it's super well made. The Japanese Fender stuff and Japanese guitars in general, absolutely rad. So those are all the features and talking about some of the cool little extras with it. I'm just going to kind of mess around with it outside of a mix. You'll definitely, like I said, hear the pickups a little thin, and somehow, even though it's a humbucker, it's kind of single coilish. You'll definitely be able to hear it on the clean examples, but you'll hear it get kind of a harsh little pick attack or some string noise in here or there. I'm like really trying to play as clean as possible, but I'm fighting that pickup. So let's check it out. This is going to be going directly into my Ingalls Savage Mark II, which is then going to be going into my Two Notes Captor X, which has an IR blend of my DV77 and VM1265. It's mostly the DV77, and you can actually get that IR in a Dropbox link that I have down below if you want to check that out. And then, of course, we're going to be playing into both the lead channel for the high gain stuff, a little bit of crunch from the crunch channel one, like the crunch one rather, on the Savage, and then, of course, the clean channel. And you'll hear a little bit of reverb. That's going to be my Strymon Blue Sky, just on the clean examples. So let's check it out. So I bought this thing as a bit of a joke, you know, thinking it'd be kind of a fun laugh, you know, be one of the guys that's like, oh yeah, pink guitar, funny, chug chug. But it actually rules, and I'm gonna hang on to this. Definitely not offloading it. I'm excited to have a guitar in E flat standard again. I used to play in that all the time when I was, you know, first playing as a kid. Like my guitar was always in that tuning because it was basically, you know, like Slayer tuning, and I love to play that. And I haven't had a guitar in that tuning for years now, so that definitely scratches an itch there. And once I put that Holy Diver from Bare Knuckle in there, this thing is going to be a fire breather. And I, again, just plays so good. It's awesome. I'm so stoked about this. If you find one of the Hello Kitty guitars or this one used, check it out. It kind of rules. But would love to know your thoughts. I'll link down to any of the Hello Kitty stuff that's still available from Fender if you want to check it out. But thanks for watching. Stay metal.